So this is what happened in the last video. I absolutely destroyed this Eureka Kikuyu, doing a little mini reno on it. This is what it looks like at the end of this video. But before that, I'm going to show you what it looked like a week after destroying it. Okay, so, Maggie! Welcome back. This is a week later after I absolutely destroyed this Eureka Kikuyu. Cut it right back, gave it a bit of a scarify, and it's bouncing back beautifully. Unfortunately, my somewhat level sanded lawn isn't as level anymore because I have a dog. But that's life, we've got to deal with that. As I said in the last video, we're not looking to get a golf green here or even cut it with a cylinder mower, so it's a nice green, lush lawn is what we're aiming for here. Now this is extremely premature, but we have a new robot lawnmower here. I want to test it out, so we're just going to nick the top off this. I will be cutting this back lawn the whole season with a robot mower to see what sort of finish we get on it. And the one we're trying out today is the Ecovacs Goat G1. It's from Ecovacs, who obviously make a lot of robot vacuums. This is their first robot mower, and I'm itching to try it out. Now the sensational thing about this Ecovacs Goat G1 is that there's no guide wires that need to be installed around the perimeter of your lawn to let it know where it's going. There's not a whole lot in the box besides the base station, the unit itself, and then it comes with 2 beacons. You can get more depending on the size and shape of your lawn. I have a very simple lawn here, so these will be just installed at either end of the yard. I've been told that I can recess them back into the garden bed, so we're going to try that out today. Hopefully they'll be pretty well hidden, but it is wire-free, which is very attractive. Design-wise, it's a pretty funky looking thing. I like it, it's very futuristic looking. It's going to be a personal taste thing. You've got your sensors and cameras on the front here. It also has a scrubbing brush on the base station which cleans those cameras each time you use it. Very simple to change the height of cut. There's just a manual dial. Wind it up or down, tells you what height you're at. It says it goes from 30 to 60. I assume that's millimeters. Currently does have one big limitation in that you can't have multiple maps for the machine, meaning that you can't have it for the back and the front, which is a bit of a limitation. I think that means that it's going to be really only viable for people with larger backyards that want to cut down on maintenance. Also, like every other robot mower, you're going to need to retain your edger or your whippersnipper. These things don't do the edges. They're going to be available from September 21 in Australia. The price is $2,999. They're available at a lot of retailers. But yeah, let's get it set up and see how it goes. Now, all the setup is done on your phone through the Ecovacs app. So if you have an Ecovacs robot vacuum, you'll already have that app. They screw in very easily. Now, I'm not sure if they have to be out in the open, but I'd rather have them hidden in the bush like this. So I'll give it a try. If not, I can bring it out. So we have one there, we have one there. So now I use the phone as a remote control to control the goat going around the boundary, which lets it know where the cutting area is going to be. Control for this is quite responsive, very easy to go slow or speed it up if you want. Actually surprising how responsive it is. Now I'm cheating a little bit, I'm really getting it halfway on the boundary because it's pretty flat here, and that way it'll take care of most of the edges. But if you've got a drop off, obviously you're not going to be able to do that. Now for me, this is a very simple yard, but if you have, say, a garden bed around the center there or somewhere where you just don't want it to go, you could then set a no-go zone. I don't have to do that, so we can skip that. So we've mapped out our area. Now it's going to try and learn that map. So the map learning is complete. It's saying we've got a whopping 34 square meters of turf here. Let's see if it has any issues getting back to the base station with those obstacles there. And the answer is so far no. It actually gives you a recommended mowing plan for schedule. I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to do it manually at the moment. We're going to set it as low as it goes because there's not much to cut off here. We just want to nick the top off. It doesn't really need it, but hey, it's a new toy. I want to play with it. Now it does have obstacle avoidance. If there was something on the ground there, like a hose or something, it's going to go around it. Or your dog, you're going to get in the way, aren't you? I've got to say that worked pretty well. Setup was very easy. Definitely the easiest robot mower I've had to set up so far. And this machine is on loan, but I will be doing an extended test of it to see how nice we can get this Eureka Kikuyu. So here we are 2 weeks later. There's a lot more green. I'm doing the edges for the first time since I did the little renovation on it. I've got the Ego commercial line trimmer here that's just been released. Only got here a couple of days ago, so I'll be making some videos on that. Make sure you're following if you want to see that. First impressions on my tiny backyard were pretty positive. Now as I make my way around, you'll see there's some spots where it hasn't completely filled in yet. Also some spots where the dogs have done their business. Not much you can do about that. The bare spots will fill in pretty quickly now though. We're getting some good weather for growing, and this is going to be a nice lush lawn in no time. Now normally when I do the edges like this, I just blow the debris back onto the lawn, mow it up, do it with a bag on the mower, and it's all gone, it all disappears. But because we're using the robot mower and there's a fair bit of debris here, I'm going to pick up this stuff, just blow it into a pile and pick it up. Yes, it's an extra step, but there's a fair bit of stuff here, and I don't think the robot mower is going to mulch it up all that well. Now, after using the robot mower for a couple of weeks, I am really enjoying it. I'm not sure if it's the novelty of it, but I haven't set a schedule or anything. I just do it manually myself, and I kind of enjoy watching it mow for some reason. I still find it almost as satisfying as mowing, which is kind of weird, but hey. I've been doing it every 2 or 3 days because it just nicks the top of the leaf off. It's getting a really nice cut on it, cuts with tiny little razor blades, so it's really good for the health of the lawn. Now you can control the direction that it mows in, and I normally do 2 passes, 1 each way. Today I went savage and actually did 4 passes, did 2 diagonal passes as well. I was really happy with the finish on it. Each pass on my lawn takes about 20 minutes, but time is pretty irrelevant because you're not actually doing it yourself. So it's going great at the moment. How it'll go over a full season, I'm not sure yet, but I will find out. Being such a lightweight mower and a really fast-growing grass like Kikuyu, I wonder if I'll have to do a mid-season renovation to get the thickness down. Now, prior to trying any sort of robot mower, I've been a massive robot mower doubter. After a bit of use with one, I can see that in the right circumstances, they could be handy for someone. I think the cut quality is going to be great on it because it's cutting so regularly and with those little razor blades. It'll be interesting to see how I feel at the end of the season. Anyway, make sure you're following for more updates on this lawn and all the tools that I'm using. See you in the next one.